Assalamu alaikum, dear my brothers and sisters in faith. You're highly welcome again to our channel, Ash-Shafi'i Concept. A lot of people do ask about a brief biography of Imam Ash-Shafi'i. Now we would like to give a brief biography of Imam Ash-Shafi'i. Praise be to Allah, and blessings and peace be upon the Messenger of Allah. Most historians are of the view that Ash-Shafi'i was born in Gaza, in Palestine. This is the view of the vast majority of historians who wrote the biographies of jurists. However, there is another view which says that he was born in Asqalan, which is 3 parasangs, 16 kilometers, from Gaza. The majority of historians who discussed his lineage say that he was born to a Qurashī Muttalibi father, and his name was Muhammad ibn Idris, ibn al-Abbas, ibn Uthman, ibn Shafi, ibn as-Sa'ib, ibn Ubayd, ibn ʿAbd Yazid, ibn Hashim, ibn al-Muttalib, ibn ʿAbd Manāf. Thus, his lineage meets that of the Prophet. Blessings and peace of Allah be upon him in Manāf. The reports are agreed that he lived the life of a poor orphan. He memorized the Holy Qur'an, and his sharp intelligence was shown by his ability to memorize quickly. After memorizing the Holy Qur'an, he began to memorize the hadiths of the Messenger. Blessings and peace of Allah be upon him. He loved the hadiths and became eager to collect them. He would listen to the hadith scholars and memorize the hadiths by hearing them. Then he wrote them down, sometimes on clay tablets and sometimes on vellum. He would go to the Diwan, records office, to collect some discarded material to write on. He went out to the wilderness and stayed with the tribe of Hudhayl. He himself said, "I left Makkah and stayed with Hudhayl in the wilderness to learn their speech and adopt their manners, for they were the most eloquent of the Arabs. I would move on when they moved on and halt when they halted. Then, when I returned to Makkah, I began to compose poetry and narrate the literature and stories of the people of the past." He memorized what he heard of the poetry and history of the Hudhaylis to the extent that al-Asmʿī, who was known to be a prominent scholar of Arabic language, said, "I corrected what I had memorized of the poems of Hudhayl by listening to a young man of Quraysh reciting them. His name is Muhammad ibn Idris." Imam Ash-Shafi'i sought knowledge in Makkah from those of the jurists and hadith scholars who were there, and he attained such a high level of knowledge that Muslim ibn Khalid az-Zinji gave him permission to issue fatwas and said to him, "O Abu Abdullah, the time has come for you to issue fatwas." That was at the time when Imam Mālik was at the height of his fame, as travelers spread his renown everywhere, and he had attained immense knowledge of religion and hadith. So Ash-Shafi'i resolved to migrate to Yathrib in pursuit of knowledge. But he did not want to go to Medina with no knowledge at all of the teachings of Mālik. May Allah be pleased with him. So he borrowed a copy of al-Muwaṭṭaʼ from a man in Makkah and read it, and that there are reports which say that he memorized it. Ash-Shafi'i went to Mālik carrying a letter of recommendation from the governor of Makkah, and with this migration, he began to take an interest in jurisprudence, which he continued to focus on for the rest of his life. When Mālik, who was very intuitive, saw him, he said to him, "O Muhammad, fear Allah and avoid sins, for you will become very prominent. Allah, may He be exalted, has cast light into your heart, so do not extinguish it with sin." Then he said to him, "Come tomorrow and bring a book with you." Ash-Shafi'i said, "I went to him the next day, and I began to read from memory with the book in my hand. Every time I felt overwhelmed with awe of Mālik and wanted to stop reading. He would tell me that he was impressed by how well I read, with correct grammar, and he would say, 'O young man, carry on,' until I finished reading it to him within a few days. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Don't forget to like, follow and share for more people to benefit from the amazing story. May Allah reward and bless you abundantly as you do so.